Good day, everyone. For today's discussion, I'm going to talk about error provider. First of all, I'd like to give you an overview of what do we mean by the error provider. Error provider is a tool used for indicating that a control on a form has an error associated with it. By the word itself, error provider provides the user what might be the problem or the error upon entering the needed data. In other words, it notifies the user of a data entry error. Moving on to the next slide. When an error description for the control is specified, an icon appears next to the control. This icon serves as a hint that there is something wrong about the data inputted by the user. When the mouse hovers over the said icon, a tooltip appears showing the error description. At this point, you might be having the idea of the usage and significance of this tool. To elaborate it further, error provider is used to validate user input on a form or displaying errors within a dataset. In addition, it is used to set an error message for any control on the form when the input is not valid. Meaning to say is that it determines whether the data is correct or incorrect, declaring an error, and finally displays the error message once it doesn't satisfy the specified condition for the control. Now, let me show you how I used this tool to create a program that prompts the user to input a password, then validate it afterwards. To start, I created a label named Textbox Validation using Error Provider and used it as a header. I added two more labels and named the first one as Password, while the other as Confirm Password. Then, I added text boxes on its sides and an error provider for the second text box only. Proceeding to the code, since it is only the text box 2 that needs validation, I used if-else statement. I created a condition wherein if the text box 1 input is not equal to blank and the text box 2 input is equal to text box 1 input, then error provider will display no error. Otherwise, the error provider will display an error message saying that the password and confirm password does not match. Now, let us try to run the program and test what will happen if we inputted unmatched passwords. As you can see, there is a blinking icon beside the text box, which obviously notifies me that there is an error about the input. Another thing is that when we hover the cursor onto it, it displays the error message. Otherwise, if we entered similar password, the error icon will disappear and will show no signs of error. And that's all for my presentation today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you can get useful knowledge from this report.